Hey y'all, welcome back to the Soul Flight. I know it has been a little while. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about packing, which is like one of my favorite topics because I am a travel nerd, obviously. But honestly, I just want to help you guys stop over or under packing and make sure that you have everything you need, none of the stuff you don't. And when you're traveling, it's so much easier for you to actually sift through your things. So I'm going to take you guys through my process for packing and drop some gems along the way. So let's get started. Step one of my packing process is to make a list. Now, you're probably thinking like, girl, I knew that. Trust me, this is what's going to make everything easy and simple, and it's going to make sure that you don't forget anything. Now, the way that I do my packing list, I don't just start listing out everything that I can think of at that moment, because you will forget things. Do it by category. Start with clothes. I think this is where people overpack the most, especially us women, especially on vacations. We want to look all types of cute all the time, so we just bring everything. You'll save yourself time, money, energy if you just think about this strategically. So just realistically think about how many days am I spending, how many nights am I gonna go out, because you don't need a night outfit for every single night unless you're going to Miami and like your sole purpose is to like party your ass off every single night. Then do you, boo boo. But otherwise, trust me, you don't need this many outfits. Realistically, am I going to wear this? I used to just go in my closet and pick out everything that I liked that I could potentially see myself wearing and wear like a tiny fraction of that. So your clothes, intimates, shoes, your hair products, makeup products, and for guys, like your grooming needs and, you know, stuff for your beard or whatnot, like whatever. We all need this stuff. One last tip for making sure that your list is actually going to set you up for success when it comes to packing is to make the list at least a few hours before you start to pack. Now, let's just get it out there right away. Everybody gets stressed out when they leave packing for the last minute. There is nothing wrong with packing at the last minute. I've been doing it forever. I feel like everyone does it. There's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure that you have a list and that you've created the list at least a couple of hours before you actually start to pack. So start your list early and do it by category. Moving on to step number 2, which is to just lay your things out on the bed by category. Think about, see, we're working baby steps here. Like, this is so simple. You got your clothes in one space, your makeup products in another, or beard products, you know, or whatever, I don't know, 2018. Whatever you need, just lay it all out. Make sure you can see everything. Make sure that you have everything. And until you've gotten through your entire list for what goes in that suitcase, don't you dare put anything in that bag. You hear me? Moving on to step number 3. Step number 3, I call the prep and roll, which is where you're going to prepare all of the things that are out on the bed, now that you know you have everything, to be packed in the most optimal way, in the most space-saving, easy to find type of way. So that tip about rolling your clothes is actually true. I do think it saves space, and that is what I tend to do. The only thing is for big, bulky items like my jeans, things that when you roll them, they just take up so much more space. I like to lay those out flat on the bottom. I don't do it with everything. I do that with, like I said, bulky items, as well as things that I don't want to get wrinkled. One of my favorite tips for the pack and roll is to use packing cubes. They're literally just the most amazing thing. Just think of it as like having drawers inside of your suitcase or inside of your travel backpack. Like, whoever invented packing cubes, I love you. And don't forget, or if you didn't know this already, you are allowed a quart-size clear container filled with bottles of up to 3.4 ounces and no more. Now, this bad boy is what I have been using for a couple of years. I think I've actually been using this since my very first solo trip. What I love about this, and I'm definitely going to link it down below for you, is that it's a quart, but like, is it though? I don't know. Let me just stop talking before again people in trouble. I don't know. I have been traveling with it and it's never a problem for me. The only time where it has been a problem is when I'm traveling within Europe from country to country. They actually use a much smaller Ziploc bag. So step number 4 is the step that you guys have all been waiting for. Like, when are we actually gonna pack stuff? This is it, guys. This is the time to literally, step number 4 is called put your away. You're gonna take the suitcase or whatever it is that you're using and just pack all the packing cubes. That again is the beauty of packing cubes. Once everything is in its own separate compartment, you just put them away. There's not much of a science to it, but just in case, let me show you how I do it. And last but not least, step number 5 is for you to pack all of your important things. And by that, I mean your passport, your wallet, your keys, your phone, your headphones, your laptop, your camera, your GoPro, whatever it is that you deem absolutely important and that you cannot forget. Or simply, I like to think of it as the things that I want on my person, like the things that I want in my backpack. These things I keep for last because I don't want to forget them because I'm distracted by the whole other mess that I have. Either do it first or do it last. Another reason I do it last is because there's a lot of these things I'm using till the very end and I don't want to forget them just because I've already checked them off on the list. So now that we've gone through my packing process, I just want to share a few last tips with you guys. One is when it comes to your clothes, think about things as having a purpose, right? So with pants, for example, I like to pack a pair of shorts, a pair of long pants that are swaggy and I don't feel uncomfortable in, and a pair of loose, breezy, nice, comfy pants. Same thing with shirts, then try to match them up, see how many shirts you can actually combine with these pants or dresses or whatever your whole thing is, whatever. Like I said, I'm not a stylist. I'm just trying to make your life easier. Next, with shoes, also make sure that they have a purpose. I would say the rule of thumb, especially for like a week-long trip, bring 3 pairs of shoes. One is a pair of kicks. For guys, you might want to bring 2. One should be like your super fly pair, and the second should be something that you don't mind getting dirty. And last is sandals or flip-flops or like slip-ons or Birkenstocks or whatever, and this applies to both men and women. You just need that one comfortable pair, especially in like Southeast Asia where you need to take off your shoes pretty much everywhere you go. Another thing I do is I wear my kicks if I like to on the flight, because then they're not taking up space in the bag. One thing that has definitely changed my life when it comes to traveling is bringing a laundry bag. So this one was actually, I won this in a raffle. It's by Flight 001 or Flight 001, whatever. This is amazing. It keeps the smell out and you don't have to like bring a bunch of plastic bags. And this was really cool when backpacking in Southeast Asia, because I would drop off my laundry at the hostel every week and I would drop it off in my bag and I would get it back in my bag. They'd clean the bag for me. It was just the greatest. And another thing is to bring extra bags. So this is the bag that came in, but I like to use it for like extra things. It's just like an extra packing cube. You never know what you might want to put in it. And lastly, this is a microfiber towel by Relafree. I got it on Amazon for very cheap. I forget exactly how much, but I will put links to all of this stuff down below. This, oh my God, this is amazing. First of all, I like to bring towels with me, especially because I'm a budget traveler. Sometimes I like staying in hostels or in Airbnbs, and you never know if they're going to provide you with a towel that you don't like or if they're not going to provide you with a towel at all. So while I was backpacking in Southeast Asia, I brought 2 of these and they fit so nicely in my bag. They dry like this. It even has a little hand towel inside. And basically I would have one for the beach and one for showering. And again, I would just drop it off every week and it would get washed. So this is, you need this. And last but not least, you need one of these. So if you're traveling internationally, you may or may not know this. I didn't know this. I found out because I was going to be living in Europe and they were like, if you don't bring this, you're going to be asked out. So it is a universal, like, it's not a converter. Converter is a whole other thing. I don't even want to get into that. This is just a universal adapter. So depending on what country you're in, they're going to be using different outlets, and you want to make sure that you're prepared. So yeah, these aren't super expensive, but I wouldn't get the cheapest either. You want something that's going to last. I can't remember exactly how much this one was. If I find it, I will link it below. But what's really cool about this one is I've had it for about 3 years and it's never failed me. And it even has a little USB thingy here. So don't be cheap when it comes to buying these. They're worth it, especially if you plan on traveling for a long time. And that concludes my packing tutorial. Please comment below and let me know whether you're an overpacker, an underpacker, or neither, because some of y'all are special out there. I see you. And let me know which of these tips and tricks you found to be most helpful, if any. If you hated all of them and you hated my whole thing and you're like, I ain't gonna do shit like you, fine, just let me know. Let me know what you'd like to see. Let me know how I can help you become a better traveler. So thank you so much for watching. As always, I appreciate you guys. Peace and love. Ciao.